Juventus to Rangers.
And keep on wishing. Remember your dreams.
I'm saying nothing. Let's get to the call, shall we, on Ramsey to Rangers, and we're hearing that Juventus will pay, if not all, a huge chunk of his salary. Is that fair on the rest of the Scottish Premiership? Charlie's a Rangers fan. How do you feel about it, Charlie?
I'm absolutely ecstatic over this. I think this is a massive, massive day for us because Saturday we struggled getting the result, but getting him over the line is definitely going to be a massive signing for us. Huge.
Do you not think, with the wages situation, that it's just not fair?
I wouldn't say it's not fair, no, because if you remember back to, 10 years ago now, what happened to us? We were put down. We've supported our team through absolute garbage for the last 10 years. So to be back here in a position where we can sign a player of Aaron Ramsey's calibre is unbelievable, to be the truth be told. And I think it gives credit to maybe the Scottish League, but definitely how big a club Rangers are to still be able to go and grab a player of Aaron Ramsey's quality.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. My understanding is, I may be wrong, Charlie, thanks for the call. My understanding is that there was only Burnley in the Premier League who were in for Aaron Ramsey, so he had the choice and he's chosen Rangers. So it does make you wonder. I mean, he said it shows the standing of Rangers that he's coming to us. But the points you've raised about the player, there's still question marks about the player and the quality and fitness of the player, really.
There is. I think for me, he would certainly have a big point to prove. Are you fit? Can you stay fit? Can you reproduce the performances that you do for Wales? All of those things, it's of course. I mean, I think Ali sounds excited to say Gaza. I personally think that's a bit disrespectful to Gaza. I'm not sure Aaron Ramsey's going to be that player. I'd happily be proved wrong, but if you look at his record in terms of how many games he plays and the injuries he picks up, he might not be that player. I'd have kept Defoe. Well,
I was watching Ross County Rangers at the weekend, and it is yet again another late goal that denied Rangers 3 points. They drew 3-3 with Ross County. Unthinkable, really. Van Bronckhorst basically has a tactic. If they're one goal in front, they're going to try and hold on to that lead, and it's just a ridiculous thing to do. And maybe he'll learn from it, I don't know, but he needs players who can hold on to the ball, and if it is the real Ramsey that turns up, a fit Ramsey, then maybe he will help with that. Yeah, definitely. Mark's a Celtic fan. Are you fuming about it, Mark?
Not at all. Absolutely not at all, Adrian. We actually find it quite funny because if you listen to the Rangers fans, you think they've just signed a 23-year-old Lionel Messi, and when in fact what they've actually signed is a guy who's played 49 games in 4 years, only turns out when he's got a red shirt in his back. Basically, the guy that played for Arsenal all those years ago was some player. He's no some player now. And we don't really care what goes on south of the city anymore. We're building a fantastic squad. We're very well managed. We've unearthed some gems from the Far East who are the real deal and are going to remain fit and play some games unlike this guy. And if he's that good, why are Juventus so desperate to get him off the wage bill, to get him out of the club, that they're happy to pay his full wage and send him to Glasgow? I mean, it's crazy. The Rangers fans are deluded as usual. This guy's... he's a spent force and it will not make any difference to us.
Mark, I've said similar. I think if you look at his injury record, it doesn't read very well. And even in the times when he's played, I've not been particularly impressed with him. But there is a big but. When I've seen him for Wales, he's arguably been man of the match. He scored 3 goals in his last 4 Welsh games. And what if it hasn't worked? Are you worried that Aaron Ramsey might turn up?
Listen, as I said, on his day, the guy was some player. And he does still do it for Wales. Yeah, I've seen the last international he played and he was arguably the best player in the park. But, it's easy to go away with Wales when you've got all your best pals, Gareth Bale and all the rest of it. He feels very comfortable, cosy environment. Probably doesn't have to train that hard, be jolly in the sun, all the rest of it. Different when you're playing Tuesday night, Pittodrie away in a drive-in gale. This is a physical league up. This is a physical league up here, probably the most physical in Europe. Peter plays Motherwell at Fir Park. They don't take any prisoners. They'll get tore in right about him. So, listen, we'll see how his fragile legs hold up to a few of the robust challenges coming his way.
Well, we'll see. Mark, thanks for that. It is a physical league, no doubt about that. Antonio has tweeted, how does Adrian know Rangers can't afford Ramsey's wages? He's on £400,000 a week. It's a guess, you're right. I am guessing, but I'd be surprised if Rangers can afford the... Come on.
What a contract.
Come on.
What a contract.
Kyle is with us on the show. How you doing, Kyle? You're on talkSPORT. Hello? We haven't got Kyle, have we? Hello, Kyle.
Yeah, Hi.
What do you want to say?
Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Want to say, I'm Italian, and I don't support Juventus, obviously, because I'm a good guy. I like sport. And, sorry. And my thing is, I don't agree on Rangers doing anything wrong against the other Scottish team on loaning Aaron Ramsey. I think it's just a good deal for them and a good deal for Juventus, because they get rid of a player who's really not up to standard. I understand you say, it's good for Wales. Fair enough. But I love Aaron Ramsey. I love him to bit because he's been so bad for Juventus and they spend money on him. You understand what I mean? I love him because he's been so bad. I hope he stays to Juventus because he's so bad, that guy, for Juventus. And I don't think that he has the drive to make a difference at Rangers. I feel for the Rangers guy. I think they don't get the right end of the deal. They got a guy for free. But what about the changing room situation? Because he's not going to be a good guy for the changing room situation. Look at him coming to Juventus. Juventus haven't won the Serie A. Even cheating, they couldn't win it. One of the reasons is him being part of it. That's what I'm thinking.
Carl, you're a terrible human being. But obviously not a lot of fans outside of Turin like Juventus, and half those in Turin don't like Juventus. I don't know, the dressing room won't be bothered at all, will they? Am I wrong?
I think they'd love it.
Yeah.
Great to have someone of his experience and quality in and around the dressing room. I mean, I don't know what he's like as a lad.
Well, you saw with him with the Wales guys when they were celebrating England conceding a goal or losing to Iceland. Do you remember that Euro 2016?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So with the Wales, as we know, with Wales it's a different story with Bale and Ramsey. Maybe if he has a bit of that. Maybe if they all sit watching Celtic lose together and he leads the charge with the celebrations, all of a sudden there will be no problem whatsoever in the dressing room if there was one in the first place. It's Drive on talkSPORT with We Buy Any Car, Don't Part Exchange. Get money off your next car.